part 2 of Nmap scanning, right? So we have used this command nmap-s and then p there, which we use it to find out which hosts are available within the network, which hosts are alive within this network. So we call it the host discovery. That was part 1, right? So part 2 now we focusing on port scanning, right? So we want to do the port scanning, and then now port scanning is us. Now we're looking for ports that are open within these devices that we have in our network, right? So this is a Windows server. Especially when I start with the Windows server, we want to find out which ports are open within the system. So we now know that there is a system that is using this IP address 192.168.1.20, and then there is another one which is a 1.10, another one which is a 1.30, but we don't know the vulnerabilities of this system. So now we want to find out, want to start with scanning the ports that are open, which if there are any ports that are open, usually those ports, they will be able to tell you, okay, which operating system might be running, might be able to give you a hint of which operating system is running on that system. But now we're going to start with port scanning, which ports are open within the system. So let me say nmap-st, which is like the TCP scan, right? And then I want to scan this Windows server first, right? 192.168.1.10, which is my Windows server, right? I want to find out what exactly, which ports are open within the system. So it might take a while. So nmap-st. So I'm scanning the ports. I want to find out which ports are open in this system, and then see if I can exploit the system. I exploit the vulnerabilities that I find there, right? And then come in the end, hoping to compromise the system. So come on, it will take a while because we nmap takes a while, right? Like it's going through all the ports. So okay, it's done now, finally. So you can see these are all the open ports within this system. So by just analyzing this, looking at the ports that are open, it might give you a hint of what type of a system is this one. It can tell you that it's a server, can tell you that it's a Linux box based on the ports that are open, right? So let me see, let me take a guess. It says there's port 43 open, and then there's port 80 open. Usually this might be a Windows server, right? So by just looking at the ports that are open, you might be able to tell what type of system is it, right? Let's see. So all of these are the ports that are open. So if you know the vulnerabilities of these ports, what are any attack that you can use to exploit these open ports, then now you can go ahead with that, right? So this is what we use port scanning for, to find out which ports are open, what vulnerability are there within the system, what exploit can I use to exploit this vulnerability, right? So there's port 80 open. What can you do with that information? FTP is open, telnet is open. What does that mean to you? What can you do with telnet, right? So that is port scanning, right? So let's scan another one. Let me scan a 20. Okay, let me quickly scan two devices. Let me scan a Linux box, which is this Metasploitable box there. Let me see what ports are open there, right? So most of the time, by just looking at the open ports, right, the system, it might give you a hint as to, is this a Linux box? Is this a Windows box? Is it a server? Things like that, right? Okay, here are the results for the system that we're scanning now, which is this Metasploitable box. You can see also again, telnet is open. We have port 8 is open. We have all of these ports are open, right? And then the login 513 login, the shell is open 514, and then we have the NFS is open, and then my SQL is open. So and then we have the post SQL is open there. So all these ports that are open now, it kind of like gives you a hint as to what operating system is running on this machine. So, but now we are only doing the port scan, right? So that command is mainly used for port scanning. So the nmap-st. Okay, so now if you want to, you can also do something. If you want to specify, let's say nmap-st, and then we have 80 there, and then comma 40. No, I'm forgetting something. There must be a P to specify. Let's say you want to check if these two ports are open, right? Because now we're being specific now. At the beginning, we just typed in nmap-st and then the IP address of the host, and then it returned all of the ports that were open. But now we want to find out if these two ports are open, because these ports are mainly used by the the servers, right? So we want to check if this one is a server or not. 192.168 dot, let's say 1.20, which is a Windows 10, right? Let's see if these two ports are open. Let's say now this command, use it if there are specific ports that you are looking for, right? You want to find out port 80 and port 443 if they are open. Then we type in the dash P to specify the ports. If you don't want to specify the ports, you can remove the dash P and then type in what only the IP address in the end there. So as you can see, port and then the state, port 8 is open, right? And then 443 TCP filtered HTTPS is filtered there. Let me check on the server. Our server is .10, right? Let's see if those two are open, right? So I just wanted to show you the importance of the dash P, because sometimes you want to filter these ports, right? You want to say, okay, I don't want to check all the ports. I want to check like the specific ports, only port 80 and port 443, or only port 23, which is for telnet. I want to find out if the telnet is open, right? Then you can specify, you can say nmap-s-t-p, and then specify the port number there, and then the IP address of the system that you want to find out the port, right? And then you can see on 10, these two ports are open, right? So it might tell me that, okay, this might be a server within this network, right? Okay, we're done for now with the port scanning. Now, the next video is going to be on the OS detection, right? You want to find out what operating system is these machines are using, right? So the next video is going to be on OS detection. So see you guys on my next video, which is OS detection.